All right, this one's going on the YouTube. I'll plant some garlic. I'm just gonna do some more gardening, some garden updates. I think this is growing pretty good. Got to transplant this other cherry tomato, which I soaked in some water and has grown little tendrils. So I think that's ready to be put in the ground. I'm gonna do that too. Not that I don't already have enough cherry tomatoes, but I definitely want some more. And the garlic that I did have was smothered by my russet potatoes here, and the big tomatoes I have over there. I'm just gonna do this lazy with the cherry tomatoes. I think I'm just gonna put it straight in the ground and just dig out a little hole, probably around here, maybe back here or something like that. I just I don't have any more compost. I'm not gonna go buy any more. It's Father's Day. It's Sunday. I've just been hanging out at the house. So um, yeah, so this is going to be kind of like a stitched together garden update, garden life. So this is my garlic patch. I think I can fit everything I need in here. Um, this is where my compost was sitting on a tarp, and I've gotten rid of all my compost, but the grass is dead, which is great. So I don't have to pull up any grass to bury all this crap. Garlic's super easy, assuming you're not going to have things that smother it, like what happened to me. Um, just take a head of garlic, crack it open. These are kind of rotten, so I don't know that those will work. But I'm going to plant them anyways because I can, because I have the time. Um, ooh, these are moldy. So that's not going to be super easy. So congratulations, you get promoted to compost. Let's do these ones. Yeah, these are good. So pull that outer layer. You don't have to remove the husk or anything like that. You just plant them straight in the ground how you want them, which is great. Some of these are not so great. Those will promote to compost. Um, so yeah, you just kind of dig a hole, cover it up, and then you just repeat that process. The side that's got like the hard root side, I guess, that's the point. That's the part that goes down because it grows out of the little shoot right there. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this channel yet. I've got ideas. Um, just do gardening like this. But I think I'm gonna kind of expand it a little more. I think one of the things I want to do is like a whole podcast, not just about gardening. I don't think I'm just gonna post strictly gardening things here on this channel. I think it's gonna be a lot of things. I think it's gonna be, um, you know, informative, how to style things, um, with a mix of a lot of other elements. Just kind of my general thoughts on the state of the world, or not that that's what the world needs, but it's just something that I like to do, something that makes me happy. I write a lot, so this feels kind of in the same vein. I think what I want out of this is to have an outlet. What it is I get the most enjoyment out of being at home with my family and in my garden. And if there is any potential that I can do this as a source of revenue, as a source of income, I'm absolutely going to jump on that. I mean, if I could do this the rest of my life, I don't really particularly want to be like a farmer to like get money. I like doing this because it provides for food for my family. I woke up this morning and made pickled jalapenos, just to, like, snack on every now and then. They're sweet, stuff like that. If I could do this and somehow monetize it through viewership and not like sell my soul to sports betting agencies. If I could just be a normal person, do this, have people that enjoy it, that hopefully this inspires other people to get more connected with their community. I think that's kind of the big thing, is like building a community. If this were to be successful, I think what I want to do is build a community, like a real community, ecosystem of information to then help people either get connected or learn something. Or maybe there's someone in the comments that's like, hey, I'm in Arkansas. They're like, hey, I'm in Nebraska and I need some thoughts on this. And someone else notices and reaches back. I don't know, but just people that actually care and help one another, regardless of race, creed, religion. I want to welcome anyone from any community, black, white, trans, Hispanic, what, go down the list, and just share what I know, share what I've learned, and help connect people along the way. I think is kind of the goal. I'm going to also start doing a weekly podcast called Making It. This is the goal. You can hear my son crying inside. It's my wife's shift. So, a weekly podcast called Making It. And it's not just going to be like us making something. It's kind of like the expression of like, oh, I'm making it. Talk about, projects that we are working on, things that we're struggling with, things that we're looking forward to in life, or, in the economy, or, in global politics, anything, things that we're bummed about, and just try to have a good time with it and be funny. Because I think in my life, comedy, in most every aspect of my life, every era of my life, comedy has been a staple in my sanity. Now, I'm not saying I'm a comedian. What I am saying is that in my family, a lot of people's families, like, not a lot, but some folks, their dad was, say, super successful, and the merit, or the metric they're measured, and they think that their parents love them, whether real or perceived by the child, is how successful they are, is how much they are loved by their family, by their parents. It's not particularly true in my family, but a very coveted aspect of like connection and love in my family is how well can you make me laugh, whether it be my brother, my sister, my dad, my mom. If it's funny, then it's probably going to be okay. Like, if you screwed up or said or did something or what, if it was funny, if you can laugh about it, make a joke out of it, probably going to be okay. So in a podcast, the world's serious enough. If I can just add a little humor to it, then I'm all about it. Even like the garden thoughts, there's elements of comedy in all of those. So yeah, I think a weekly podcast called Making It would be a lot of fun. I've got a co-host. I think it's going to work out pretty good. So yeah, that's kind of the general goal. So I'm also going to do probably like a monthly video essay that are funny, but it's going to be less about comedy, more about serious topics that I either have been requested or I hold near and dear to my heart. Um, and just kind of like a very like thorough, researched, and thought out 20-minute video essay is to be creative and do those things, but also be able to provide an income for my wife and son and I to continue to do the things that we love and not like go to Disneyland. I'm a very simple human. I want to hunt. I want to be home. I want to garden. I want to spend time with my family. I want to be content. I don't want more things. I don't want more. I don't want a new truck. I don't want a new coat or whatever. I don't want a new fridge or I like, if it works, I like it. And what I have, I don't want a new house. I love this house. I don't want a lot of things in general. I want I want to be financially secure and um, not be stressed about what we have to do to get money. Um, Times in general are very tough right now for almost everybody, except for like the really rich guys. They seem to be living it up. Um, which cool, good for them, I guess. And I don't say that out of like jealousy. Like I'm not jealous of their life in the slightest. Um, I don't think it's possible to have that much money and power and be actually happy. There are easier, simpler things in life. You know, people say about my generation, Limp Biscuit reference. Oh, they don't want to work. They're just lazy. I don't think that that's true. Most all people from my generation, people I know, very, very, very good friends with, are doing similar things to what I'm doing. They're just not buying into the corporate shit American dream scheme anymore. They're just, no one's buying it. It just doesn't make sense. You, like, what the idea is that I work for 40 years at your corporation, assist you in making billions of dollars, just so I can make a couple hundred grand at the latter 20 years of my life, and then I can enjoy myself. I'm okay. That sounds fucking awful. Um, that just doesn't sound worth it to me. If I can do something like this and not sell my soul again to sports betting companies, promise right now is I'll never, like, I think in one of my, no, in one of my garden thoughts, I said, brought to you by uh, one of the sports books, DraftKings, I think. I did that to be funny. That was like one of my first ones. And objectively, that is funny to be like just a just a person saying something like that. Brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. I do think lots of people who accept sponsorships from sports betting and do those things. When a podcast is like DraftKings Sportsbook and this and that, I hate that. That bums me out. Shane Gillis, big fan. He's sponsored by them, and I'm just like, dang man, don't you have enough money? Don't you have enough? So yeah, I'm planting garlic. Long-winded me planting garlic. So if you stayed for the rant, I appreciate it. Enjoy the view. What could be better than this? I mean, I'm sure you can hear all the birds around me. I'm just playing in the dirt. What literally could be better than this? Yeah, he's got a scab on, I think, his left knee or something. Got the boo boo. Oh, yeah, I'm doing this the lazy way. I don't really want to pot it or all the other options, I suppose. So I'm just digging a small hole. Putting this thing in it. The ground's really hard. It's been really wet lately. I don't know why it's so hard. Oh, plus this ground is soil. It's pretty decent soil. Well, anyhow, put this tomato in. Doesn't need to be crazy deep at all. Big old worm in there. That's plenty deep. It's cutting. All the tendrils are going to be covered up, so that's what I want. Ton of worms in there. Well, that's good. That'll be plenty. I think it's going to rain today too, so. Alrighty. Oh. So back to lawn clippings. Like all this. When I dug up this trench and some of this is where my red okra is. And I got too hot, so I just paused it there, put the seeds in the ground, called it square. I'm now going to expand it this way and that way a little bit. I'm going to keep a little retention here so the water just isn't. There's just I want a little separation. But all of this is just all what I pulled up from here over there, and it's awesome mulch. Because once you let the grass die, I put it on my blackberries. My blackberries are getting scorched because I didn't have any mulch on them, and they're just doing exceptionally well now. Bunch of new growth on them. So I'm also a bit of a hoarder, so I don't toss anything. So my yard's got a bunch of patches, and where you leave it like this is pretty much dead. So I'm just going to dig up a little bit, a lot of it, and with this, and yeah, once I dig it up, I'll put some actual okra or green okra and some other things in the ground right here. So this tool, if you don't have one, is awesome for just picking up your grass. And I'll do basically wherever my square is. Or rather, I'll just make a square or a shape that I want to remove the grass. And I'll just start lining it out. Then, here, just do the same thing all the way down. I won't hit anything. I think my AT&T line on the other side, so that's the only thing I would hit. I'm not going deep enough to hit a sewer line. This one, not going to be damaged. Up here, again, just etching it out. This pulls the roots away. It pulls a little layer of topsoil up, which in the middle of this crap is good. There's still plenty of real topsoil underneath. This is a lot easier
Then sitting there howling, which is what I did with all this shit. Then I went to your friend's house. He goes, what the hell are you doing that for? Just telling stories. And he took me to his backyard and showed me this. I said, you need to get one. Well, here I am. Now, maybe we'll time lapse this shit. So listen to your rant. Huh? Putting knock on the gun? Well, that big honker. Go on.
Well, that's never gone so well for me ever. That's never worked out so good in the history of anything. So, hell yeah. I was thinking about, I wonder where all those larvae are. I bet they're cicada larvae. Huh. Yeah, that's 100% what they are. Yeah, look at that. I googled it. It's cicada larvae. I found a bunch in my yard. Well, that's super cool. I'll be sure and bury those up. I've been burying them when I find them. Freaky little buggers. There's another one. There's one down in here. See them moving around. Right there. Another one. Yeah, I found a bunch. I don't know what you are, but you look like trouble. Alright. Well, I have gotten everything done in the garden today that I wanted to do for Father's Day. There's not much else to be done. I'm really happy with this. If I could do this the rest of my life, this would be Should be the best existence ever. Just have a family, hunt, farm, fish, swat fruit flies away. I planted all my stuff. It's probably gonna rain. I think it's gonna rain in the next 20 minutes. So I'm gonna head inside. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you like this, stick around. I think I'm gonna try to release a podcast in the next like 2 or 3 weeks, as well as a long form video essay. And I think my wife wants to do some stuff, kind of like a love letter to Arkansas, which is our home. We're both fifth, sixth generation Arkansans. Um, yeah, so stay tuned. I got a lot done today. That's all I really want to do for Father's Day. Is hang out in my garden with my family. So see you next time.